All right. Good evening, race fans, and welcome to the Dirt Racing Network. Mike Peterson with you here on the call for the Dirt Slingers. Monday Night Thunder Series. Brand new series here. Starting up. This is week number 2. We have a couple difficulties last week, but we are all set, ready to go here for week number 2. Drivers meeting going on underway. Make sure if you can hear me in here and I sound okay, please let me know. I'm just trying to test everything out. I had to clear everything off of my Windows when I got a new motherboard, so I'm trying to get everything back to the way it was. I sat down here for a couple hours and did that yesterday, but I want to make sure that everything is good. So if you're in the chat, I see the chat. Make sure you say that I sound good, I sound crappy, I sound awful, I sound like I'm in a cabinet somewhere. But please let me know. Appreciate that, Scott. This is Mike, not Jeff, Chase. All right. Drivers meeting going on right now. We're going to get ready. It looks like we got about almost 30 cars, I think. 31 cars, so go Chiefs. All right. Likes and shares to the broadcast. Start any watch parties that you can as well. We got 2 races here on tap here tonight. First one at Volusia, then going to Knoxville after this. So 2 races. Going to get ready. We're going to send it down trackside for tonight's national anthem.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, finishing up here with qualifying. Fast qualifier is the number 79 of Billy Raleigh with 14.652. Looks like we're going to get lined up here. It looks like we're going to have 4 heat races here tonight. All right. Let's see if these guys grade up here. Got new controls here. I'm trying to get used to them as well, so it's going to be a little bit of a All right. Starting on the pole here for heat race number 1 in the Wicked Energy Gum Team City number 79. That is Billy Raleigh. Starting on his outside in the number 7, that is Joel Moeller. Starting in the 3rd spot in the number 23 VLR machine, that is Stephen Calavoda. Starting in the 4th spot in the Big Game Tree Stands number 175, that is Jim Turner. Starting in the 5th position in the Dave Blaney Sim Team, Wicked Cushion Mohawk, number 15, that is Michael Sheridan. Starting in the 6th spot in the number 18, that's Michael Brummett. Starting in the 7th spot in the 112, that's Brandon Steele. Starting 8th in the number 32, that's Jimmy Mars. And starting at 9th at 26 is Jeremy Isabel. We're going 10 laps here in heat race number 1. First of 4. Lined up. Green flag. Headed off into turn number 1. They go. Brandon Steele out front. Or excuse me, Billy Raleigh out front. Stephen Calavoda riding in that 2nd spot. Michael Sheridan in 3rd. Jim Turner 4th. Joel Moeller in 5th. Down the back straightaway they go. Stephen Calavoda riding in 2nd. Under fire from Michael Sheridan here in the 3rd spot. Completing lap number 2 here in heat race number 1. Billy Raleigh still out front. Stephen Calavoda, Michael Sheridan, Jim Turner. The front 4 cars here completing lap number 3 here in heat race number 1. Billy Raleigh still hanging on here, completing lap number 4. Pulling away by almost 3/4 of a second over Stephen Calavoda, Michael Sheridan. Joel Moeller, Brandon Steele, Michael Brummett, Jeremy Isabel, Jimmy Mars, and Jim Turner. Four laps to go this time by here off turn number 4. Billy Raleigh pulling away over a full second now over Stephen Calavoda, Michael Sheridan. 2nd and 3rd. Good battle back here for 4th. Joe Moeller, Brandon Steele. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. We're going to see 3 laps to go here for Billy Raleigh off turn number 4. Stephen Calavoda still riding 2nd. Michael Sheridan still hanging on to 3rd. Seeing if he can make any headway here going through turns 3 and 4. Can't do it. 2 laps to go this time. All right. Looks like we got a caution. I don't know why my thing's not talking. Caution on the racetrack here. That's going to probably do it for heat race number 1. Billy Raleigh is going to pick up the win. Stephen Calavoda, Michael Sheridan, Joel Moeller, Brandon Steele, Jeremy Isabel, Jimmy Mars, Michael Brummett, Jim Turner. See what happened to Jim. Not sure what happened to Jim. We'll go back here. Here's Jim. Slides up. So he's going to get the turn 4 fence there off turn number 4. All right. Going to get these guys cleared off. Going to get heat race number 2 lined up here on the racetrack. getting heat race number 2 lined up here. Starting on the pole. In the wicked cushion. I'm trying to see this car. Team SETI wicked cushion. Cognitive Warriors number 37. That is Zane Scott starting on his outside. Those are wrong information. He is an elbows up sim team driver. Catch Fetch Apparel number 29. That is Dustin Griffiths. Starting in the 3rd spot in the Black Diamond Motorsports. UDTV number 80. That is Josh Stanky. Starting in the 4th spot in the Black Diamond Motorsports number 10 is Ryan Schmidt. Scheidt. Starting 5th, in the number 714, that is Joshua Indick. Starting 6th in the number 14, that is Casey Gus. Starting in the 7th spot in the number 25, that's Alex Good. And starting in 8th in the 0110, that is Josh Harrington. 8 cars going here in heat race number 2, 10 laps. Green flag. Zane Scott out front. Josh Stanky in the 2nd spot. Now Dustin Griffiths looking to the inside. Trying to take over that 2nd. Slides up. Gets a little bit of contact. Josh Stanky's going to go by. Regain that 2nd position. Dustin Griffiths back to 3rd. Ryan Scheidt in 4th. Casey Gus in 5th. Down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Zane Scott still out front. Josh Stanky still riding 2nd. Dustin Griffiths 3rd. Ryan Scheidt in 4th. Casey Gus 5th. Joshua Indick 6th. Alex Good 7th. Josh Harrington in 8th. Completing lap number 3 that time by was leader Zane Scott. Through turns 3 and 4. Down the back straight, going into turns 3 and 4. Zane Scott gonna see the cross flags halfway. 5 down, 5 to go. Josh Stanky still riding in 2nd. Dustin Griffiths in 3rd. Ryan Scheidt in 4th. Casey Gus still riding in 5th. Front 3 pulling away here with 4 laps to go. Zane Scott, Josh Stanky, Dustin Griffiths. Trying to make some headway here is Josh Stanky closing in on Zane Scott. 3 laps to go. Into turns 1 and 2 they go. Josh Stanky closing in. Got it to 2 car lengths now down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Gonna see 2 laps to go here in heat race number 2 is Josh Stanky. Closing in on race leader Zane Scott. Dustin Griffith still riding in 3rd. Ryan Scheidt in 4th. White flag in the air this time by off turn number 4. Zane Scott pulling away now from Josh Stanky down the back straightaway. 5-6 car lengths now through turns 3 and 4. Stanky looking to the inside, not going to do it. Zane Scott will win heat race number 2. Josh Stanky 2nd, Dustin Griffiths 3rd, Ryan Scheidt 4th, Casey Gus in 5th. I'm not sure why it was the wrong paint, Zane. All right, getting heat race number 3 lined up here on the front straightaway, starting on the pole. In the number 76, that is Joe Cease. Starting in the second spot, in the number 9, that is Jason Giblin. Starting in third, in the number 02, that is Bryce Bailey. Starting in fourth. Let's see if I can refresh these. Supposed to be starting in fourth in the Elbows Up Sim Team Motorsports Beat. Number 225, that is Richie Preston. Starting in fifth. In the number 12, that is Trey Schmidt. And starting in sixth. In the UDSRA, Weggs and Casey Highside Racing, number 95, that is Dakota Kuhn. Starting in the seventh spot. In the number 114, that is Christopher Hockley. And starting in eighth. In the Barron's Helmer Racing, number 53, that is Bob Ramundo. 8 cars going 10 laps here in heat race number 3. Still getting the lay of the land of all this. I had to restart everything, Zanes. I'll get it figured out, brother. Go. Well, I appreciate you tuning in there, Willie. All right, Praise Trucks by ready to hit pit. We're going green this time for heat race number 2.
User joined your channel.
Joe Cease out front. Jason Giblin. Bryce Bailey. Side by side here for the second spot. Bailey's going to slide up. Giblin's going to try to cross him back over here at the line. Dead heat going into turn number 1. Great battle here from second on back. Jason Giblin, Bryce Bailey, Richie Preston, Trey Schmidt. Bryce Bailey going to pull ahead here off turn number 4, but Jason Giblin trying to battle back on the inside. Is going to take that spot here off turn number 2, but Bryce Bailey on his outside going into turn number 3. Side by side here off turn number 4. Bryce Bailey, Jason Giblin, Richie Preston getting into this battle as well. 3-car battle here for second, third, and fourth. Going to complete lap number 4 this time by Trey Schmidt trying to get into this battle also. Joe Cease still out front. Bryce Bailey closing in on him. Jason Giblin back here still riding in the third spot. Richie Preston looking to the inside here for third. Trying to slide job here in 3 and 4. We have 1 hitting the wall there. 3 wide there for a second as well. Joe Cease still out front. Bryce Bailey in the second spot. Jason Giblin in third. 4 laps to go this time by here off turn number 4. Still a great battle here from third on back. Jason Giblin, Richie Preston, Trey Schmidt. Third, fourth, and fifth. Final transfer spot under fire here off turn number 4. Richie Preston trying to go along the outside. Can't do it that time. He's going to dive to the inside here going into turn number 1. Side-by-side battle. Down the back straightaway they go. Giblin's going to pull ahead going into turn number 3. 2 laps to go this time here off turn number 4. Battle for the race lead heating up as well. Richie Preston Bryce Bailey has caught Joe Cease. Car length and a half through turns 3 and 4. White flag in the air here for heat race number 3. Bryce Bailey looks to the inside, throws a slide job. Bryce Bailey's going to take over the race lead, taps the wall off turn number 2, gets into Joe Cease. Bryce Bailey's going to come off turn number 4 and win heat race number 3. Richie Preston will come home in second. I think it was Richie Preston, Joe Cease, Jason Giblin, and Trey Schmidt. Great racing there at the front of the field there for the race victory. I believe I have a special guest in the channel here. Zane Scott coming in to the broadcast booth. Good evening, Zane.
Hey, Mac, how's it going? Good to be up here with you again. It's been a while.
Been a while. It has been a while, but back in the saddle, ready to go. Getting heat race number 4 onto the racetrack here. Starting on the pole for heat race number 4 is the Black Diamond Motorsports Dirty Dick number 36. That's Nathan Davis. Starting on his outside in the Elbows Up Sim Team BS Air over the wall. Number 72, that is Jeff Stewart. Starting in the 3rd spot in the Elbows Up Sim Team Motorsports Speed over the wall, number 001, that is Shea Paulo. Starting 4th. In the number 67, that is Miles Jansen. Starting 5th. In the number 96 machine, the Bill Russell Ford is what it says here. That is Matt Dixon. Starting in the 6th spot. In the number 43, that is Dylan Hutchinson. Starting in the 7th position. In the number 17, that is Justin Sly. And starting in 8th. In the Kinza Racing Sim Team Border Tire Wiki Cushion number 5, that is Braden Eiler. 8 cars here for heat race number 4. Everybody forming up here 2x2 down the back straightaway. How's the track so far, Zane?
Track is definitely getting a little bit more slickened off here as we go on through the night here. We've seen a pretty big progression here through the heat races. You got guys basically running the top side all the way around, guys sliding, and a couple guys trying to finagle the bottom side of the racetrack to make it work. But guys all around the place early in the race, we saw the slider line was dominant, but the racetrack's going to pull off. Davis has got control of the field. We're green here for heat race number 4 as Davis gets a good drive going down the front straightaway. And into turn number 1, we got the field underway.
Nathan Davis, Jeff Stewart pulling away here. Shea Paulo riding in 3rd. Big gaggle behind him. Miles Jansen, Matt Dixon, Dylan Hutchinson completing lap number 1. Great battle back here from about 4th on back. Matt Dixon, Miles Jansen, Dylan Hutchinson, Shea Paulo in 3rd. Getting to this battle, we got to see Braden Eiler. He's going to try to come to the front of the field. It's going to go 3 wide here back here for the 5th position. A little bit of contact there between Hutchinson and Dixon. It's going to allow Braden Eiler to go by. He's going to go from 7th to 4th in 1 corner. Go back up to the... Go ahead, sorry.
Wheel to wheel, wing to wing there as the battle for 4th on back was heating up. Eiler's going to get the benefit of it as they're still 2 wide now for battle for 5th and 6th as Matt Dixon is trying to work the bottom side of the racetrack here on Miles Jansen. Jansen puts it on the cushion. He's going to get a big drive off the turn. He's got the run down the back straightaway as they head into 3 and 4. Here comes Dixon trying to slide up the racetrack on Jansen. Jansen's going to give it the spot to the number 96 of Matt Dixon. He's got it now as Eiler looks to the bottom side of the racetrack on Shea Paulo. That's the battle for 3rd. A good run off the bottom of the racetrack. He's got the spot. Give it to him as Paulo's going to maybe try to answer back here on the top of 3 and 4. But race leader Nathan Davis goes from top to bottom to get the drive off. He currently leads as we're almost halfway.
Halfway down that time, 5 down, 5 to go. Nathan Davis still out front. Jeff Stewart riding in 2nd. Braden Eiler up to 3rd. Shea Paulo in 4th. Matt Dixon in 5th. 4 laps to go. This time by for race leader Nathan Davis. Battle for the 2nd spot heating up. Braden Eiler on the bottom side. Jeff Stewart on the outside. Shea Paulo trying to get into this battle as well. Side by side for the 2nd spot into turns 3 and 4. Braden Eiler on the bottom side. He will take over that 2nd spot going into turn number 1 with 3 to go.
Finer than your mom's china. Braden Eiler run the bottom side of the racetrack to perfection. Now he's going to go up to the top. He's going to cut down middle to low. Try to get a drive on Davis. He's definitely closed the gap here as Davis is going to come to complete lap number 8. We have 2 laps to go. Can Nathan Davis hold off the hard-charging Braden Eiler as we now have a race for the 3rd position? It's the teammates of Jeffrey Stewart and Shea Paulo as they race side by side on the back straightaway. Paulo on the bottom side of the racetrack. Stewart up on the top. Out of turn number 4. Who's going to have it this time by as we get the white flag in the air? Give it to the 21 of Shea Paulo. Here comes Stewart on the bottom side of the racetrack. He's going to try to answer back bumper to bumper, wheel to wheel as they battle. But up front, it looks like Nathan Davis is going to hold on to this race lead. Braden Eiler, bottom side of the racetrack as they come across the line. Give the win to Nathan Davis. Gives 2nd to Braden Eiler. 3rd to Shea Paulo. 4th to Jeffrey Stewart. Matt Dixon finished 5th. 6th, Dylan Hutchinson. 7th, Miles Jansen. And 8th will be Justin Sly, rounding out heat race number 4.
It's going to conclude heat racing. We're going to get C-Main Racing onto the racetrack now. Going to get these guys lined up here. Going to go 10 laps. Top 4 to the rear of the B-Main. Going to have, looks like we're going to have about 11 cars, I think it is. Starting on the pole here for tonight's C-Main is the number 95 of Dakota Kuhn. On his outside in the 43, that is Dylan Hutchinson. Starting in third, into number 32, that's Jimmy Mars. Starting fourth, into 714, that is Joshua Indick. Starting fifth, into number 53, that's Bob Ramundo. Starting sixth, into 67, that is Miles Jansen. Starting in the seventh spot, into number 18, that's Michael Brummett. And starting in eighth, in the 010, that's Josh Harrington. Starting in ninth, in the number 114, that is Chris Hockley. Starting 10th into 17, that's Justin Sly. And starting in the 11th spot is going to be the 175 of Jim Turner. 11 cars making the call here for tonight's C main. Top four to the rear of the B main.
One way to look at this here for the 12 cars that I believe are starting this C main, this is just a big heat race. 10 laps of distance. Top four instead of 3 will go to the next round. Looks like we'll have 11 start. Andy Patton not going to make the call.
I'm going to go around one more time and cut them loose for 10 laps. Appreciate everybody tuning in here to the Dirt Racing Network, the Dirt Slingers Monday Night Thunder Series race here from Volusia. Mike Peterson and Zane Scott with you on the call here for the C main. I think Zane's going to be with us for the B main as well, and then he's going to strap it into his car and get ready for tonight's A main.
Yes, sir. We won the heat race there, so it looks like we'll be in a dash. So that'll be a big benefit to us. But we will be here for the C main and the B main as Dakota Kuhn will pace the field alongside Dylan Hutchison into turn number 3. They're side by side, wheel to wheel, wing to wing. Pace truck lights off, pace truck pulls off. Waiting on Dakota Kuhn to get on the gas, and there it is. He's on the gas. We're underway for the C main.
Dakota Kuhn fires into turn number 1. Dylan Hutchinson falling back there in the third spot. Jimmy Marr still riding in second. Bob Ramundo in fourth. Bob Ramundo slides up, gets into Dylan Hutchinson. Hutchinson's going to fall all the way back to the 8th position as Bob Ramundo and Dylan Hutchinson make contact there off turn number 4. Dakota Kuhn still out front. Jimmy Mars in second. Bob Ramundo in third. Michael Brummett in fourth. Miles Jansen in fifth. Completing lap number 2 this time by as they go into turn number 1.
Bob Ramundo, Michael Brummett racing for that third spot here. That's also for the 4th. So who's going to be on the bubble and in trouble? Here is whoever is going to fall the victim of this. Miles Jansen and Christopher Hockley are there 2 cars behind him. You're hoping for possibly a mistake out of these 2. As they're wheel to wheel, they almost touch going into turn number 1. Ramundo goes back to the top side of the racetrack. Brummett still trying to work the bottom side as it's Dakota Kuhn and Jimmy Mars 1 and 2. But right now, all eyes should be on that battle for 3rd, 4th, and maybe possibly 5th here if a mistake happens and Jansen can work his way up there. But that'll complete lap 4. We're going to be halfway home the next time by.
3-car battle here at the front of the field. Dakota Kuhn, Jimmy Mars, Michael Brummett. Bob Ramundo wants to get into this one as well. Front 4 cars, front 5 cars now pulling away. Miles Jansen, a little bit of sideways there off turn number 4. Battle for the race lead heating up. Dakota Kuhn, Jimmy Mars, Michael Brummett. Front 3 cars wheeling it, going to come off turn number 4 to see 4 laps to go this time by as they haul it into turn number 1.
4 laps to go as Brummett has now cleared that battle for the 3rd. He's now looking for second as he's side by side with Jimmy Mars on the back straightaway. Mars all over the place. Car's a little unstable. Looks like he's going to give up the spot. Move him back to 3rd, but a mistake on the bottom side of the track by Brummett. Now it's going to take him from 2nd all the way possibly to 4th. But Bob Ramundo remains to be on the bubble and in trouble. Here comes Jansen behind him. He's keeping good pace. We're side by side once again for that battle for 3rd, though, as Brummett works the bottom side of the racetrack. Ramundo up top. We'll have 2 to go once they cross the line this time by. And it looks like Ramundo is going to have the momentum, but he's going to make contact with the wall. This is an interesting battle for 3rd and 4th.
Bob Ramundo on the outside. Michael Brummett on the inside for the 3rd spot. Brummett's going to take a little bit of advantage here off turn number 4 with the white flag in the air for Dakota Kuhn. Jimmy Mars going to fall back to 3rd. Michael Brummett had second for a second, but Mars battles back on the outside. Bob Ramundo trying to split through the middle. Can't do it that time. Dakota Kuhn is going to win the C main. Jimmy Mars in the 2nd spot. Michael Brummett 3rd. Bob Ramundo will come home on the 4th and final transfer spot. Joshua Indick 5th. And after that, it cleared away. Top 4 going to go to the rear of the B main. Going to get everybody lined up here on the racetrack for tonight's B main.
12 laps be the distance here for the B main. The top 8 are going to make it to the feature here. As we got a pretty deep field here. Looks like we're going to have 14 cars push off and start if they all make the call, which it looks like they all are going to.
Starting on the pole for tonight's B main is the number 7. That is Joel Moeller. Starting in the second spot in the number 10, that is Ryan Scheit. Starting in the third position in the number 9, that is Jason Giblin. Starting in the fourth spot in the 72, that is Jeff Stewart. Starting fifth in the 122, that's Brandon Steele. Starting in sixth in the 14, that is Casey Gus. Starting seventh in the number 12, that is Trey Schmidt. Starting in the 8th position in the 96, that is Matt Dixon. Starting 9th in the 26, that's Jeremy Isabel. Starting 10th in the number 25, that is Alex Good. Starting 11th in the number 95, that's Dakota Kuhn. Starting 12th in the 32, that is Jimmy Mars. And starting 13th in the number 18, that's Michael Brummett. And starting 14th, the 53 of Bob Ramundo. 14 cars going for, I forget how many he said. He just said it, too. It's going for the top 8. Going 12 laps.
12 laps the distance here, so just an 2-lap extended heat race if you want to look at it like that. 8 cars transfer, though. We'll double the amount that from the C main here, but Joel Moeller, Ryan Scheit on the front row. They're going to pace it through 3 and 4. Moeller's really on the bottom side of the racetrack. We're green and going for tonight's B main action. Moeller gets a good drive. We're 3 wide already for the race for that second spot. As it looks like right through the middle of the racetrack, it's going to be Jason Giblin. To the top side will be Ryan Scheit. He's got a good drive off the top side. As now we got Jeffrey Stewart and Brandon Steele. They're running side by side. That's for 4th and 5th, as we got a blanket over those cars right now as they complete lap number 1.
Joe Moeller still out front. Ryan Scheit trying to the outside. He's going to go right on by. Ryan Scheit, we got big crash there going into turn number 3. Jeff Stewart, Jason Giblin hard into the outside wall going into turn number 3. We're going to go back and watch that one. Through turns 1 and 2. The number 9 went 3 wide. Jeff Stewart was on his outside, came up. Looks like Jason Giblin got into Jeff Stewart, put them both into the outside fence. Wild ride for both drivers here going into turn number 3. Both cars have refired it back onto the racetrack. Got the 14 of Casey Gus going to pit road. Looks like his night's going to be over. Jeff Stewart and Jason Giblin going to keep it on the racetrack. Top 10 reads Ryan Scheit, Brandon Steele, Joel Moeller, Trey Schmidt, Dakota Kuhn, Jeremy Isabel, Matt Dixon, Michael Brummett, Bob Ramundo, and Alex Good.
Jeffrey Stewart, Jason Giblin going to stay on the racetrack here. Hope to maybe battle their way back through here before this B main is complete. For Jeffrey Stewart, he's going to have to pass 4 cars to get there. And right now, that'll be Jimmy Mars, Alex Good, Bob Ramundo, and Michael Brummett in front of him. Brummett is the car that's on the bubble and in trouble here. It looks like we're going to go green flag racing with about 8 laps left to go.
Going for the top 8, so still got 13 cars running on the racetrack, so we're going to take the top 8. Currently, Michael Brummett sitting in the 8th and final transfer spot to get into tonight's A-Main.
Ryan Scheit going to pace the field here through 3 and 4. He'll slow down the pace a little bit. He'll drop the hammer coming out of 4. We're going back green flag racing here for tonight's B-Main. As we look a little bit further back in the pack, we got 2 cars side by side already. That looks to be the number 95 of Dakota Kuhn making a pass on Matt Dixon. He was outside. We got Michael Brummett. That's not Jeremy Isbell. And here, look at right through the middle of the racetrack. Matt Dixon, 2 for 1, slides up the racetrack. He's going to complete the pass. That was 4th. We got a pile up behind him, 5th. And we got a big crash cars into the wall on both the outside and the inside. But we're still green flag racing, it looks like.
No caution yet. Looks like everybody's going in the right direction here. Looks like Michael Brummett's going to go all the way back to the 12th spot. Was running in the top 8, trying to get into that final transfer spot. Right now, Jeremy Isabel currently in the 8th and final transfer spot here. Going to have 4 laps to go off turn number 4 for Ryan Scheit. Brandon Steele, Trey Schmidt, Dakota Kuhn, Joel Moeller, Matt Dixon, Jeremy Mars, and Jeremy Isabel. Currently the top 8 cars here with 3 laps to go as they go into turn number 1.
Dixon went right through the middle of the racetrack, did a slide job line, executed it perfectly. It required Joel Moeller to lift off the gas, and then Moeller had to make a quick reaction there to get back on the gas to keep his speed up. He's going to fall all the way from wherever he was at back to 8th. He's on the bubble now in trouble as it looks like a damaged Bob Raimondo is going to work his way around him. But up front right now, the lead remains to Ryan Scheit. We got a close battle for a second. Here comes Trey Schmidt to the bow, Brandon Steele, but the caution flag is out to end tonight's B main.
Matt Dixon went around going through turns 1 and 2. Got a little help from the 32, I believe. They went into turn number 1. Yes, the 32, a little bit of contact. Jimmy Mars got into Matt Dixon, sent him around going into turn number 1. It's going to end tonight's B main. Ryan Scheit's going to pick up the win. Trey Schmidt in second. Brandon Steele, Dakota Kuhn, Jimmy Mars, Bob Raimondo, Jeremy Isabel, and Joel Moeller. The 8 cars that will transfer to tonight's A main. Appreciate you coming out, hang out here, Zane. We'll let you go. Get ready for tonight's pole dash and the A main. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
User left your channel.
All right, these guys are going to get off the racetrack here. We're going to get the pole dash lined up. Yeah, Mr. Henninger, a lot of new names. It's great. Cars coming onto the racetrack. Get these guys fired up. Get up here. All right, got one more to get up onto the racetrack. Josh Stanky coming on the racetrack here. Getting these guys ready to go. It's going to be Billy Raleigh on the front row with Zane Scott. Bryce Bailey and Nathan Davis, row 2. Stephen Calavoda, Josh Denke, row 3. Richie Preston, Braden Eiler, row 4. Going 8 laps. Going to set the first 4 rows of tonight's A main here in race number 1 for the Monday Night Thunder Series. Green flag in the air. We are racing. Billy Raleigh out front. Bryce Bailey in the second spot. Nathan Davis. Zane Scott side by side here off turn number 4 to complete lap number 1. Still side by side for that third spot. Stephen Calavoda wants to get into that battle as well. So is Josh Stanky. Bryce Bailey looking on the outside for the race lead. Billy Raleigh on the bottom side. Billy Raleigh on the bottom. Bryce Bailey's going to hedge ahead going into turn number 1 to complete lap number 2. Down the back straightaway they go. Billy Raleigh calling a fall back into second. Zane Scott third. Nathan Davis in fourth. But Bryce Bailey out front. Off turn number 4. Great battle for that third spot, Nathan Davis. Zane Scott. Braden Eiler creeping into this battle in 5th. Going to see the cross flags this time by. 4 down, 4 to go. Billy Raleigh all sorts of sideways there off turn number 4. 3 wide behind him for the third spot. Braden Eilers looking to take over third. He will go and try to get second. Zane Scott put in the outside fence there off turn number 4. Braden Eilers going to take over the second spot. 3 wide behind him. Zane Scott, Billy Raleigh, Nathan Davis. Zane Scott's going to take third. He wants that second spot back. 2 laps to go this time for Bryce Bailey off turn number 4. Zane Scott in the second spot. Braden Eiler in third. Billy Raleigh, Nathan Davis battling here for 4th and 5th with Josh Stanky right behind him in 6th with the white flag in the air this time. Bryce Bailey still out front, pulling away now. Braden Eiler in 2nd, Zane Scott 3rd, Nathan Davis in 4th. But off turn number 4, Bryce Bailey will win tonight's pole dash. Braden Eiler 2nd, Zane Scott 3rd, Nathan Davis 4th, Josh Stanky 5th, Billy Raleigh 6th, Stephen Calavotis 7th, and Richie Preston will come home in 8th. The Milford Missile was doing pretty well. I thought he was going to get up there and really make some hay this evening. All right, going to have a little bit of practice session here. So we do that. We're ready to go. These guys want the racetrack how it is, so we're going to get ready for tonight's 30-lap A main event. All right, getting them all lined up here, waiting for one more to grid now. All right, we're going to give you from 9th on back, as race control is going to rearrange those first 3 rows. Starting in the 9th position at the number 15, that's Michael Sheridan. Starting 10th in the 29, that's Dustin Griffith. Starting 11th. In the 76, that is Joe Cease. Let's see if we get a better view here. Starting in the 12th position in the 001, that is Shape Hollow. Starting 13th. In the number 10, that is Ryan Scheidt. Scheduled to be 14th is the number 12 of Trey Schmidt. Hasn't graded yet. Starting 15th in the 122, that's Brandon Steele. Starting 16th in the 95, that's Dakota Coons. 17th in the 32, that's Jimmy Mars. 18th in the 53, that's Bob Ramundo. 19th in the 26, that's Jeremy Isabel. And 20th in the number 7, that is Joel Moeller. 19 cars now making the call. Trey Schmidt trying to get on the racetrack. We'll see if he gets out there. Make sure you stay tuned right after we finish up here. We're going to shut down the broadcast, reestablish, and bring you race number 2 from the Knoxville Raceway. Probably most of these same cars. Might lose a few, might gain a couple, but pretty much going to be these same guys. Going to go 30 laps around the Knoxville Raceway for tonight's second A main of the evening. We're going to have one more week off for the Dirt Sprint Car Championship Series on Wednesday nights. They'll be back in action next Wednesday night for the Dirt Sprint Car Championship Series, 9 p.m. Eastern Time with that. This Thursday, we'll be back with the Wicked Energy Gum 410 Outlaw Series race will be back in action. Season number 4, I believe it is. 3 or 4? 3. Their season opener Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be on the call here. I'll be on the call with you for that one. All right, can get these guys all lined up here. Is how they finished those first 4 rows and how they finished in that pole dash. We got Bryce Bailey, Braden Eiler on the front row, Zane Scott, Nathan Davis, row 2. Josh Stanky, Billy Raleigh, row 3. Stephen Calavoda and Richie Preston, row 4. Going to lap number 31, ready to cut them loose here tonight for tonight's Monday Night Thunder race. Green flag in the air. Good jump by Bryce Bailey. 3 wide behind him already for that second spot. Braden Eiler, Nathan Davis, Zane Scott. Braden's going to take that second spot. Zane Scott's going to take over third. Nathan Davis, Josh Stanky, 4th and 5th. Stephen Calavoda, Billy Raleigh back here in 7th. Michael Sheridan, 8th. Richie Preston, 9th. And Dustin Griffiths in 10th. Braden Eiler all over Bryce Bailey down the back straightaway. Dives to the inside through turns 3 and 4. Going to try to slide up in front of him. Can't do it that time. Side by side for the race lead. Braden Eiler on the bottom. Bryce Bailey on the outside. Great battle here for the race lead. Down the back straightaway. Braden Eiler edges ahead into turn number 3. Bryce Bailey on the outside. He's going to take it that time at the line, but Braden Eiler is going to battle back on the inside. Nathan Davis riding in third wants to get into this lead car battle. Down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Braden Eiler on the bottom. Bryce Bailey on the outside. Great battle at the front of the field for the race lead. Both cars go to the top side of the racetrack now. Nathan Davis still riding in the 3rd spot. Zane Scott back here in 4th. Josh Stanky 5th. Billy Raleigh 6th. Michael Sheridan, Richie Preston, Stephen Calavoda, Joe Cease now cracking the top 10. Going to head back up to the front of the field. Bryce Bailey, Braden Eiler. Front 2 cars pulling away a little bit from Davis now. Bryce Bailey, Braden Eiler to the top side of the racetrack. Car length between these two. Down the back straightaway they go. Nathan Davis still riding in 3rd. Zane Scott in 4th. Josh Stanky 5th. Bryce Bailey still hanging on to that race lead. Braden Eiler following right in his tire tracks through turns 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway they go. Braden Eiler dives to the inside, throwing the slide job here in 3 and 4, but Bryce Bailey's going to turn to the left, try to cross him back over. He's going to dive to the inside now here through turns 1 and 2. Bailey's going to keep it on the bottom through turns 1 and 2 with caution coming out. Shea Paulo on his side here in turns 3 and 4. See what happened to him. He's going to fall back. A little bit of contact with Brandon Steele. Shea Paulo on his side here through turns 3 and 4. Good run there at the beginning of the race. Bryce Bailey, Braden Eiler putting on a show at the front of the field. Bryce Bailey, Braden Eiler, Nathan Davis, Zane Scott, Josh Stanky, Billy Raleigh, Michael Sheridan, Stephen Calavoda, Richie Preston, and Joe Cease, the top 10. Excuse me. Appreciate you guys, everybody tuning in here to the Dirt Racing Network. Race number 1 for the Monday Night Thunder Series. Race last weekend had a bunch of computer issues. Motherboard crashed. Had to get it all fixed up, squared away. Got it fixed up, and we're back here broadcasting for you tonight. So race number 3 on the schedule here. 3 and 4. We're going to be going to the virtual Knoxville Raceway as soon as we finish up here. Race number 2 of the evening. Should see most of these same guys in race number 2. Like I said before, might gain a few, might lose a few, but you're going to see mostly the same guys coming out for race number 2. All right, going to lap number 34. Closing in on 20 laps to go. Bryce Bailey, Braden Eiler, Nathan Davis, Zane Scott, Josh Stanky, the front 5. Pace trucks hitting pit road, and we are green. Good jump by Bryce Bailey through turns 1 and 2. Braden Eiler in the second spot. Nathan Davis still riding in third, pulling away from Josh Stanky. Billy Raleigh trying to get alongside Stanky for that 4th spot. Billy Raleigh will take it at the line going into turn number 1. Braden Eiler off the pace here. Braden Eiler off the pace going into turn number 1, trying to get a camera on him. Something has come amiss on that race car. That number 5 machine's falling all the way back to the 18th spot. He looks like he's going to take it to pit road. Bryce Bailey, Nathan Davis, Josh Stanky, Billy Raleigh, side by side. Michael Sheridan trying to get into that battle as well. Josh Stanky riding 3rd, Billy Raleigh 4th. Michael Sheridan 5th, Zane Scott falling back to 6th. Stephen Calvo, Joe Cease, Richie Preston, and Dustin Griffiths back here in 10th. Bryce Bailey set and sail, 1.5 seconds now over Nathan Davis in 2nd. Josh Stanky in 3rd. Billy Raleigh 4th. Michael Sheridan in 5th. Good battle shaping up here from 3rd on back. Josh Stanky, Billy Raleigh, Michael Sheridan, Zane Scott, all sorts out of shape there. Through turns 3 and 4, gathers it back up, going to lose a bunch of spots, going to fall back to the 9th position, halfway. 15 down, 15 to go from race control. Stephen Calavoto looking on the inside of Joe Cease. That battle is for the 6th position on the racetrack. Joe Cease on the outside. Stephen Calavoto, Richie Preston. Good battle here for 6th, 7th, and 8th. Zane Scott riding in 9th just right there behind this battle through turns 3 and 4. Bryce Bailey still out front, 1.6 seconds now over Nathan Davis in the 2nd spot. Josh Stanky still riding in 3rd. Billy Raleigh 4th, Michael Sheridan in 5th. Closing in on 10 laps to go. Bryce Bailey up against the outside wall in 3 and 4. Davis cut into that lead ever so slightly, but Josh Stanky is closing in on his teammate for that 2nd spot. Josh Stanky right up against that outside fence. Davis running right through the middle of the racetrack. Stanky's found a little something there on the outside, trying to get up to his teammate as they go through turns 1 and 2. Going to see 10 laps to go that time by. Bryce Bailey still out front. Nathan Davis, Josh Stanky, Billy Raleigh, Michael Sheridan. The top 5. Josh Stanky closing in for this 2nd spot. He's going to get alongside Nathan Davis here off turn number 2. Teammates battling for 2nd and 3rd here through turns 3 and 4. Davis on the bottom. Josh Stanky on the outside. Davis will have it there going into turn number 1. Josh Stanky trying to get alongside of him here off turn number 2. Really fighting the wheel through turns 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Davis on the bottom, really pedaling through turns 3 and 4. Side by side still at the line. Billy Raleigh, Michael Sheridan back here battling as well for the 4th position. Bryce Bailey almost out to 2-second lead. Closing in on 5 laps to go. Nathan Davis, Josh Stanky still riding 2nd and 3rd. Michael Sheridan now in 4th. Billy Raleigh in 5th. Five laps to go that time by from race control. Bryce Bailey out to 1.2 seconds now over Nathan Davis and Josh Stanky. Davis pulling away a little bit now from Stanky, who's falling back. Michael Sheridan riding in the 4th spot. Billy Raleigh in 5th. Joe Cease, Ryan Scheit, Stephen Calavoda, Trey Schmidt, Richie Preston rounding out the top 10. Still at 15 cars running on the racetrack. Caution on the racetrack there. Caution on the racetrack. I think it was Zane Scott, actually. Let's see if we go back and see. It was. Zane got the outside fence coming off turn number 2, came down right into Richie Preston. Zane got the inside fence on his side. Going to bring out the caution flag. Top 10 is going to be Bryce Bailey, Nathan Davis, Josh Stanky, Michael Sheridan, Billy Raleigh, Joe Cease, Ryan Scheit, Trey Schmidt, Richie Preston, and Stephen Calavoda rounding out the top 10, going to lap number 37 now. Great racing at the front of the field. Bryce Bailey had set sail over 2-second lead before that caution came out. Nathan Davis and Josh Stanky battling hard for 2nd and 3rd. Sheridan and Raleigh battling for 4th and 5th as well. So good racing all over the racetrack here tonight. If you like that, we still got another one. Going to finish up here. We're going to race at the virtual Knoxville Raceway as soon as we finish up here. All right, going to go green next time. Going to lap 37. Going to have 3 laps to go. See if Nathan Davis and Josh Stanky have anything now for Bryce Bailey as that gap has closed. Had over a 2-second lead. Evaporate with that caution flag. All right, pace truck's about ready to hit pit road. 3 laps to go. Green flag. Good jump by Bryce Bailey. Nathan Davis looking to the inside. Bailey up against that outside fence. He's going to power right on by. He's going to pull away by 2 car lengths now. Davis trying to hang with him through turns 3 and 4. Bryce Bailey off turn number 4. 2 to go. That time by from race control. Nathan Davis on the bottom side of the racetrack. Josh Stanky riding in 3rd. Michael Sheridan right there in the 4th spot. Bryce Bailey. Nathan Davis. White flag in the air that time by. Bryce Bailey up against the outside fence. Nathan Davis on the bottom side. Gonna one last ditch effort for Nathan Davis. Bryce Bailey comes to the bottom, cuts off that slide job line. And Bryce Bailey, Nathan Davis. Bryce Bailey will pick up the victory. Nathan Davis will finish in 2nd. Michael Sheridan will come home in 3rd. Going to go back and watch that one more time. Great finish there. Bailey went down on the bottom. Nathan Davis tried to get alongside of him there. Couldn't do it, but Michael Sheridan will finish in the 3rd spot, dropping Josh Stanky back to 4th. Great finish there tonight. Bryce Bailey's going to come up with the victory. Get these guys hopefully to come around here. Gonna need these guys to come around. Gonna get these guys to come around here. Gonna stop, hopefully, or he's gonna drive right on by one more time. I'm gonna get him to come back around. We'll get a quick word with him, Davis, and Sheridan before these guys hopefully get ready for race number 2. Try to get a better view here real quick. Best we're going to get, I think. All right. Let's see if we get that last one into the channel.
User was moved to
Michael
your
Sheridan
channel.
got a copy.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
All right, man. Great race for you. Kind of kept it in the top 5 all night long and just snuck out a podium finish there at the end. Just talk about the night overall.
They're overall pretty happy. I didn't qualify very well. I always seem to qualify terrible, but it seems like heat races and features I can usually tend to work my way up, and just would nice to have a closer starting spot. But overall pretty happy. I think it was a good race. Track was good.
I was going to ask you how the track changed throughout the whole night. We saw a pretty couple lines there. I know Davis even was running through the middle there a couple times. Just talk about how the track changed throughout the whole evening here.
Nah, at the beginning it was pretty much just topside dominant, like it usually seems to be. And then once it slicks off, then you can kind of move around and pick your spots where you want to go. If you want to go bottom, middle, or high, and pretty much just when that feature started, I just stayed down low. Just because I figured that's my best chance to work my way around, and figured maybe some guys would have a hard time coming off of 4, and it's kind of how it seemed to work out. And I just kept hitting my spots and liked where my car felt on the bottom, so I just pretty much stayed there and hoped for the best, and worked out well.
All right, man. Any thank yous before we let you go get ready for race number 2?
Yeah, thanks to Roger for putting this on DSRL, and thanks to you for broadcasting. Teammates at Dave Blaney Sim Team, Wicked Cushion, Wicked Energy Gum, 19 Design, JZI Racing Photography, JMB Medical Supply in Mohawk Northeast.
All right, man. Congrats on that third place finish.
Thanks, and congrats to the other 2 guys as well that finished ahead of me.
User
Right,
was
that
moved
is
out of your
third
channel.
place. Michael Sheridan going to get Nathan Davis here in the tail.
User was moved
Davis
to
got
your
a copy.
channel.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, man. Great race for you. Come home with the second spot. Just talk about how it was there from the driver's seat.
It was a tough track for sure. I was committed to running the bottom there, as you could see up there in the booth, but started battling with Josh. He was running the cushion, and I side by side for a little bit there towards the end of the race. Before that caution came out, I knew if the caution didn't come out, I wasn't going to catch Bryce, so I was trying to just battle for second there and third. And I noticed that when I was committed to the bottom, stayed running it, I started pulling on Josh again. And when I heard the caution come out, I knew it was my, I had 3 laps left, my only chance. Got some pretty good runs on Bryce. Not enough there to keep the momentum going. Last lap, a little bumpage and pinchage, but it comes down to it. So kudos to him on the win. He's a fairly young new driver to the sim, so he's made his way up through the ranks. So kudos to that. And yeah.
Just talk about, I know you said you kind of committed to the bottom, but talk about how the track changed throughout the whole night. Did the bottom change for you? I know I kind of even saw you venturing through the middle there. Just how the track changed throughout the whole evening.
Yeah, the very bottom itself, it started off good. I moved up to the middle where some of that dirt from the bottom got thrown up and got some good grip and some good run up through there. And eventually just running it, and I guess back in mid-pack and all of them were running it too, so it just went away. So I was just trying to get as low as I could to keep my left rear in the tacky as much as I could. And try to get the runs on the straightaways just to get the momentum built back up. Coming off them short sprints there from corner to corner, it's hard to do it, especially when they're ripping the lip. So I went up to the lip a couple times. It was just sketchy up there. There's some Volusia issues up there sometimes. I don't have the best luck, so I just went back down low.
All right, man. Any thank yous before we let you go get ready for race number 2?
Yeah, shout out to you and Roger putting the league on, the broadcast on. I know you had some computer issues last week, so glad you got those fixed to come back to it. Shout out to the guys over at the team, sponsors, Black Diamond, Tim's Dirt Track Simulators, getting ready to go to Pennsylvania here next weekend to run that race up there. So shout out to them for coming on board. Ultimate Dirt TV, Brett, 19 Designs, Drew Neal, all those guys for the stuff they do. And yeah, see you next race.
All right, man. Congrats on that second place.
Thanks, sir.
User was
Second place,
moved out of
Nathan
your
Davis.
channel.
Going to get Bryce in your channel real quick before we get ready for race number 2.
User was moved to your
Bryce
channel.
Bailey got a copy.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, man. Great race for you. Kind of set sail there at the beginning and really never looked back. Just talk about how it was from the driver's seat.
Yeah, I knew we were in good shape once Braden broke because he was on our butt there for a while till he broke. I don't even know what happened. He said it glitched, which that wouldn't shock me. I seen here is weird. But yeah, once he was gone, I knew I was really the only one that could rip the top really well. And then the restart with 5 to go was very nervous.
I know Davis was behind you, and he kind of, with that caution, closed the gap, was right on you, and then kind of saw you go through turns 3 and 4 there on the white flag. You dived to the bottom. You were ripping the top pretty much the whole night. You went to the bottom and cut off his line, but he still tried to edge under you. What were you thinking there going into turn number 3 on that last lap?
Pretty much that he was going to probably go for something for desperation, which he's really clean, so I wasn't worried, but better to be safe than sorry.
All right, man. Any thank yous before we let you get ready for the second race?
My parents, JR Motorsports, Joe's Bow, Justin Williams, all those guys over there. Can't thank them enough.
All right, man. Congrats on that win, and we'll see you in race number 2, hopefully.
Yeah, thanks.
User was
That
moved
is
out
your
of your
Royner
channel.
Bryce Bailey. That's going to do it for us here. We're going to shut it down. Going to refire here and give me about 5-7 minutes, and we're going to get ready for race number 2 from the virtual Knoxville Raceway. So hang tight. We'll be right back. Look for the broadcast in your feed or get the notification, but we'll be right back.